はい、皆さん、こんにちは。ジョーです。今日もですね、Web3 クリプトの業界で、ご活躍されている方をお招きして、いろいろと話をしていくというコーナーをですね、今日もやっていきたいと思います。で、今日は Bitget ウォレットの方からアルビンさんに来ていただいて、今日は、Bitget ウォレットというものが何かとか、Bitget ウォレットと Bitget の、関係性だったりとか、あとは今後トークンを出していくという予定でもあるので、そのトークンですとか、あとはこのビットゲットウォレットを使うことによっての、大きなメリットというのは何かというのを、今日はいろいろとですね、お伺いしていきたいと思います。あとはキャンペーンのお話なんかもあるので、ぜひですね、こちら最後まで聞いていただきたいのと、あとは概要欄の方のチェックもよろしくお願いいたします。Okay, so Alvin, thank you so much for your time despite the business. I'm such an honor to have you and hope we can give a good message to the audience about Bitget wallet and what you do. So is it okay we start from the intro by yourself?
Sure. And just want to say thank you for inviting. Happy to share more. So my name is Elvin. I'm based in Singapore. You usually find me around like the different blockchain conferences. So I'm currently the Chief Operating Officer at Bitget Wallet. My main job is basically to grow, right, the number of users and make sure that the features on the wallet, satisfies what users want today and tomorrow. A lot of I've been in Web3 for the last 3 years. Before that, a lot of my career has actually been in Web2. So if you're familiar with LinkedIn, I was at LinkedIn, a professional network platform, for almost a decade actually.
Mm.
And I think coming to Web3, the mission is around the same, right? In LinkedIn, I was trying to get more people into professional network to be able to find opportunities through their networks. And I think in Web3, what I'm doing here is trying to onboard as many people into the decentralized world in order to, have a more equitable future.
Nice. Thank you so much. So today, obviously, we talk about the Bitget wallet, but can you briefly explain what the Bitget wallet is, what we can do?
Sure, sure. So Bitget Wallet in its most basic form is a self-custodial wallet, right? If you're familiar with like MetaMask and the rest, essentially we're a self-custodial wallet. And this is great for people who, wants more control and custody over the digital assets that they have. It could be Bitcoin or Ethereum or, meme coins even. You want to make sure you have full control over it. But beyond the wallet is where we really excel, right? Because today, I can confidently say that we are the best wallet for anyone to trade and earn tokens, right? And not just any tokens, basically any tokens from, Base to Solana to all the blockchains that where the tokens are trending. And this is important because the number one feedback we've been hearing from users is that narratives change very fast, right? Last week it could be Solana tokens. This week it could be Base that's pretty hot, and then it could be the next thing next week. And so what we want to do is, not to have users have a poor experience of going to multiple different wallets and places, but to have all of this aggregated within one single app that you're familiar with, right? Whether it's through trading, whether it's earning airdrops, whether it's interacting with certain DeFi protocols. We are building a wallet with a slick UI for people to do that all within one single app. So we're proud to have done that and introduced a lot of features that I'll talk about later. Today we have 20 million over users globally. And this is after 5 years of hard work. So we're not a new project. We've been around since 2018. A lot of these like processes and features have been refined over time. And just last week, actually, great news is that we are now the largest wallet by weekly transactions. So we actually managed to surpass MetaMask and the other wallets. And just the sheer volume of it now, I think it's a testament of all the work that has been done and all the users' trust and support over the years.
Thank you. Before going into the deep dive of Bitget wallet, what's the relationship between Bitget wallet and Bitget itself?
Yep. Great question. I get that a lot. So we are all part of the Bitget ecosystem, but if I can say, I think, Bitget itself is a centralized exchange, right? At least most of it. And, there is a difference between why a person would want to be on a centralized exchange versus to be in the decentralized world. So I'll talk about that later. But essentially, if we map out what users want to do in the entire Web3, a lot of the interactions and trading volume and stuff are actually in the decentralized world. And Bitget Wallet is actually the gateway to all this. So if I may, conclude in a very simple way, I think Bitget wallet is the future of Web3 for the Bitget ecosystem. And so it's going to be much bigger. Now, I just want to touch a little bit on the different use cases between a user going to a centralized exchange versus a wallet, right? And I think I can summarize it by three main points. One is the custody over your assets, right? So in a centralized exchange, your assets are custodied by the exchange, whereas on a wallet or the decentralized world, you have full custody over your own assets. So it's a matter of preferences. There's good and bad here, depends on what you prefer. The second one is that a centralized exchange usually lists more mature tokens. So every centralized exchange could, maybe they list about, I don't know, a few hundred tokens. And these are usually those of a higher market cap or that are more established. But there's also many traders and users who want access to early tokens, right? In the first few months, these are projects that, people talk about moonshots and stuff, but they're very early on. And this is where you can find many, many hidden gems. And to do that, to be able to get these tokens, then you would need a wallet to be able to get these tokens on a decentralized exchange. And then the third part is if you want to interact with, beyond the token, you want to interact with the project itself. Maybe it's a GameFi project, a SocialFi project. You want to mint your decentralized ID. All these interactions then would take place in the Web3 decentralized world, which again, you would need Bitget wallet to be able to do it. Yep, these are the
I see.
three, I think, main purposes.
I see. Thank you. And also now a lot of exchanges or some other competitors, they are launching their own wallets, not just
Yes.
exchanges, but wallet providers. How do you differentiate yourself from others?
Yep. It's a pretty competitive space, right? I think you have mentioned it. Every exchange is having their own wallets. I think there is also a difference between like full self-custodial wallets that have their own separate apps. Bitget wallet is one of them, like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, they all have their own apps. Versus then there are also kind of self-custodial wallets, whether it's like Bybit or OKX, but that sit within the centralized exchange app itself, right? And so there is pros and cons, right? But in those cases where it's the same app as the centralized exchange, then again, there is certain risk or control that the exchange has over those apps. So we believe in fully kind of separating because we feel that we want to operate in a fully decentralized world. Now, in terms of how do we then differentiate ourselves from the other wallets, one is on security itself. I think most of the top-notch security measures that you can think of a wallet implementing, we all have it, right? So Bitget wallet has implemented most of these things. For example, token, our security audits, our code is actually fully open source and so on. We have like token screening and anti-phishing screening all available. The one thing that makes us different from the rest is that we have a $300 million protection fund. So, we can say all we want about how secure we are, but we are also so confident that we put a $300 million protection fund there. So if, anything happens, right, we have that fund to protect the users. The other part that we think we are very different, right, is that we are today the best mobile app wallet when it comes to trading and earning tokens. So for example, if you want to discover early tokens, right, we are the only wallet that provides you smart money insights. So you can look at what profitable traders are buying and selling in real time, right? And this helps you to discover what tokens that could be. We are also the best place to earn tokens because we have so many campaigns that run on a weekly basis. Just last week alone, I think we dispersed about $150,000 worth of rewards in just 1 week, right? And sometimes you run multiple campaigns a week.
Yeah, I see many campaigns, many different ones. And I think a lot of, not just KOLs, but a lot of people talk about your wallet. And one of the reason is, I think token launch might be coming soon. They're earning some points
Yes.
around that, right? So can you explain about the token? I think it's called BWB.
Yes. I'm fully excited to talk about it. So yes, our token BWB is launching soon. And in preparation for that, we now have a BWB points program. So this points program is running for 6 weeks. It ends in end of April. And what users have to do is, just come into download our wallet app, go in and start participating in it. There are kind of three ways to earn points. So for example, you can do swaps on the wallet. You just need to hold certain assets, so deposit some assets in and hold it over time. And then the third one is to refer your good friends to download our wallet and start participating as well. So swap, holdings, and referrals, right? And you will earn BWB points all the way to end of April, after which these points will then be converted into BWB tokens, which we will airdrop to you, and we will do a TGE. We will launch the token very soon in May, latest by June.
I see. And what can we do with it, the BWB token?
So many things, man. So many things. The one thing I want to emphasize is Bitget wallet is not just a wallet, right? If it's just a wallet, I would agree. There isn't much utility to it, but we are way more than just a wallet. So this token serves as a ecosystem token. We basically want it to facilitate like community engagement, governance decisions, and we want to provide rewards and incentives to the users as well. So why Bitget wallet is so different from other wallets is because we are a wallet plus a DEX plus a launchpad plus a questing system and much more. So if you think about it, we are also a DEX, right? Today we facilitate swaps over so many different blockchains. We do cross-chain swaps, we do bridging, everything on the wallet app itself. So if you think about like 1inch, for example, right? They also have a token, right? Think of all the DEXs and aggregators, and that is actually just one function within our wallet. If you think about like Galaxy, right, which is a questing app platform, they have a token as well, which gives certain benefits. We also have a Galaxy like tasking platform, so do certain tasks and earn airdrops of different tokens. We have that as well. And we also have a launchpad. I believe we are probably one of the very, very few wallets that have a launchpad. This is because users have been asking us like, we want to take part in new launches because it's the bull market right now. And so we allow them to kind of subscribe to new tokens directly within our app. And if you think about DAO Maker and the rest, they all have tokens that cater to this specific use case. So with each of these features, right, having like full-fledged projects and having your own token utilities, and we are all of them in one. So you can say, for example, if you have a BWB token in the future, you would be eligible to subscribe to a new token launch on our launchpad, or that in the weekly fair launch pool campaigns that we do where we airdrop rewards with a BWB. If you're a BWB holder, you can participate in this as well. So many utilities. I think we're excited for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about those utilities, but especially the launchpad aspect also, because it's a bull market and now it's where people can potentially make a good money. And also for the exchange side, not just the Bitget, but for other exchanges, the early adapters or comers have already a good chunk of token already, and newcomers kind of have difficulties to get the bigger portion because the token price is already high. But for the BWB, it's the beginning, so the token price potentially going up later higher. So maybe try to get the early and get the bigger, not too much percentage, obviously, but bigger portion than potentially in other platform. So I'm pretty excited about that. And
Yep.
is it the difference that we have? I mean, in terms of the tokens that you list on Bitget and Bitget Wallet, so sometimes it's different. So the access is different, right? By having those two tokens, different tokens.
Yes, because we are entirely kind of different products, although there's a lot of collaborations and synergies. But Bitget Centralized Exchange and Bitget Wallet are different apps. For example, like all your assets on Bitget, they are custodied with them, right? So we don't kind of commingle any of your assets. So because they're separate products, there will be kind of separate utilities.
I see. It's pretty cool. And so what's the roadmap ahead from here?
Yep, so many things. Let me see. So one is definitely we want to make sure we are on point for the airdrops and the token launch and so on. But when we think about the roadmap for the wallet, I think we got to look at how wallets have evolved over time, right? Think about 3-5 years ago, a wallet was just a way for you to store your assets in a self-custodial way. And then along came things like you want to be able to stake your ETH, right? and then more tokens came for staking. You have swapping, and then NFT trades came in. We have always been very innovative. So Bitget Wallet, many people may not know, but Bitget Wallet was the first wallet to introduce things like NFT trading. We were the first wallet that introduced charting. So you can see like candlestick charts within the wallet. I think that's pretty cool. So we will continue to do that. So we need to look at how the users are evolving based on their behaviors. For example, we just launched our BRC20 minting feature. So you're able to mint inscriptions directly within a wallet, right? And why do we do that? Because again, a wallet is not just a place for you to store assets anymore. Like not just that. They want to be able to participate in new trends. So our roadmap will look at a lot on what are the new trends and assets and opportunities that are coming in, right? So for example, a lot of people are talking about, say, decentralized perps. We are looking at ways on how we can integrate that. We are looking at how we can kind of involve AI techniques to increase the exposure and experience of the users. Is not a stranger to me since I've been at LinkedIn, and there's a lot of AI enabled features that helps to personalize the experience to users, and we'll love to do that. So lots of things coming in, to ease onboarding, on ramp, off ramp. And I think the most important thing is still how do we enable our users to access the latest opportunities today? For example, when ERC 404, right, became pretty hot, I think a few weeks ago, we were actually the first wallet to support them, right? And then we even had a ERC 404 kind of ranking board because we realized a lot of users were frantically searching on Twitter, like, hey, which are the ERC 404 tokens, right, that we can participate in? And I think many of them, when they start finding the contract addresses and keying in, some of them make mistakes, right, which leads to a disastrous result. So we are often one of the first to kind of list these tokens, right? Create a zone within our app and tell users like, hey, these are the safe ones to interact with and so on.
It's pretty cool. By the way, you say you have now over 20 million users already?
Yes.
Why so big
Yes.
already? It's been I know you guys working on it so long, but it's enormous number.
Yep. It's a long time coming. We've been building for 5 years, and I think the key is really understanding the trends, right, and giving users what they want. To be honest, the whole Web3 world, I've been here, I won't say I'm an OG, but I've been around for like the last 3 to 4 years. Web3 is becoming more and more complex. I'm not sure if you agree, right? Last time it used to be just about finding tokens or staking, but these days you have staking and restaking and collateralizing those restake tokens. Like it's a web of a lot of things to look at. So we often try to see where the problems are. For example, users they find it hard to navigate all these different opportunities in like 100 different sites, right? They find it hard to discover the new assets and tokens. They find it hard, for example, to, last week we were trading Solana tokens and suddenly Base is hot, right? So which DEX on Base can I trust? What is the best wallet to use and so on. And so we try to bring all these opportunities into one single app you're familiar with. And I think that has been the key to a fast growth.
Okay, so Alvin, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy, so I want to let you go. But before that, I would like to have some message on whatever you feel about crypto or big wallet or whatever to the audience, please.
Sure. So, those of you who have been around like in Web3, last year and so on, last year was a pretty tough year, right? If you're around, you would know it. And then only towards the end of last year, things started to pick up really fast. And I think now, it's pretty bullish and optimistic. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of opportunities, right, for people to discover and earn. So I'm excited this year about all the narratives that are going to come on board, right? From restaking, to like EVM parallelization to all those. I'm particularly excited about Bitget Wallet's token launch because that also means that we can have a tangible token to really involve our community both in our decisions and in our growth as well. So my message to everyone out there is stay optimistic, right? Go discover all the opportunities, hopefully via Bitget Wallet, but also stay safe, right? Because it is these times where risks are high and a lot of frauds and stuff are high as well. So make sure you stay safe.
Thank you. We don't know when the token comes yet, right?
Token definitely by end of the quarter. So May, if not latest by June, for sure.
Okay, looking forward to it. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we can have you maybe on YouTube or somewhere else again, and we can keep the good relationship like this.
Cool. No, thanks for inviting.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. See you.
Bye bye.